Hello everybody, welcome back to the Serra channel. So the most recent edition of the Muerto Times was released today, and in it there was a mention of Johnny's movement being under investigation. Now you guys know I've been having some problems with Johnny's movement, specifically when he just glides past a victim standing right in front of him, or when he glitches out all over the place when I'm trying to hit someone. I always say I'm going to put him in Johnny jail every time it happens, but it looks like he might be getting an early parole. They definitely changed something with Johnny's movement in the patch that released with Virginia, and with these changes came a complete fix for the standstill issue that had been plaguing Johnny players since the beginning of the game. To me, this felt like a massive improvement for Johnny, and I even said that I felt like Johnny had been fixed in a way. But as I played with Johnny more and more over the passing weeks, I realized that his movement was getting a little bit out of control for both the people playing him and for victim players that maybe don't have as much map knowledge and fast decision making. It literally feels like he has grease on his shoes whenever you're playing as him, and it looks like a huge portion of the player base has no idea how to deal with that. I see a lot of these Johnny clips on social media where people say they had no chance against him, and I don't think there's a single clip that I've agreed with in that regard. But if both Johnny players and people playing against Johnny are having this much of a problem with his new movement, then it probably is something that needs to be tuned and tweaked on the dev's end. I've had a lot of conversations about this with people both in the comments and on social media, and I just want to thank everyone that was willing to have a civil discussion with me about it. I wavered back and forth on this issue because I do have a tendency to start tripping out a little bit whenever people bring up Johnny because I love the character so much and I was really frustrated when the first Johnny nerf happened, but it's also difficult for me to say that I think he should be nerfed when I hardly ever personally die to him when I'm playing as victim unless I do something really stupid. But if a nerf happens and if it makes people happy, then it happens, and people being happy probably isn't a bad thing. Now, I actually even said in my first video about Johnny's new movement that I thought a potential Johnny nerf might be coming in the future, based on the way that they just kind of changed his movement out of nowhere. And honestly, I think I would be fine with that. Even during the first Johnny nerf, I was still doing really well with him as long as I had a team that were communicating and knew what they were doing. So whatever they end up doing to Johnny, I'm really not worried about it. Whether they clean up his movement, take Scout away from him, slow him down, mess with his endurance, whatever. I promise you, I will find a way to play him that makes people start crying about him all over again, just like I did the first 2 times. I am a Johnny main at heart, and you'll never catch me out here saying I'm going to quit the game because a couple of things didn't go my way. Whatever they do to Johnny, I'm still going to be out here playing him to the absolute best of my ability. We will adapt and we will prevail no matter what happens. Unless they just remove Johnny from the game like some people are calling for. In that case, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'll start putting in applications at the Bubba Emporium. But yeah, nobody freak out. I'm not freaking out. It's gonna be cool. Johnny mains, we got this. I highly doubt they're gonna completely ruin his character. We're gonna be alright. Now, there's a couple other things in the Muerto Times here that I cared way less about. Skill tree respec issue. This has been really annoying. When you respec the first time, it just completely bugs out your skill tree and you can't respec anymore. It looks like they're fixing that. Nancy's endurance was a thing where no matter how many points you put into Nancy's endurance, it didn't affect the actual gameplay at all. So I guess that they're going to fix that. Apparently tracker tag wasn't working. It's working now. Wait a second wasn't working, and back for blood wasn't working. I experienced the back for blood one personally, which is sad because that's one of Virginia's new perks, and I actually wanted to see if it was going to be good or not. And then you just don't get the health back when you stab Grandpa, so hopefully they fix that one. But yeah, I cared way less about that stuff. I mainly want to focus on the Johnny thing. If you're a Nancy main, I am very sorry that I said that. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. It's all going to be okay. Nobody freak out. We're going to be fine. I'll definitely see you guys out through the Johnny changes. You know I got you. Goodbye.